if my face is dry or if it's the lighting, because I feel like I look kind of washed out. But anyways, hi guys, taking a bit of a snack break. Well, not really snack break. I'm gonna eat more, but I want to just put this on my stomach, and then I'm gonna actually make a meal. This is the first thing I'm eating for today, other than a nice warm cup of hot chocolate. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Today, just another normal day. Not really much going on other than going into work at 2 and coming back home. But today is December 4th in the year of our Lord 2023, and it's really just plain vanilla Greek yogurt, but I can't even say it's the cookie dough, it's the chocolate chips that make it so much better. And I already love Greek yogurt, so that's saying something. Anyways, today, right now, as you can see, I'm just trying to tidy up things. Had to put some clean laundry away. Actually, before I start rambling, let me put wet laundry in the dryer. Hopefully you guys can still hear me even with the laundry in the background. If not, hopefully I can just edit it out. My computer is tripping, and I really hope that a simple software update can fix that, because I need a laptop in my life. It's just essential. Now that I am mildly sustained, hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. This is Samaya from Sunny Archives by Samaya, and today is just a tidying day. Really just trying to get some laundry done. Yesterday I spent the whole day cleaning, so the house is clean. It's just a matter of maintaining. And I usually get to laundry, like I usually get to getting things in the laundry, but I usually need the next day to actually fold and put things away or finish drying things, put them back where they came from. So now I really just want to wash. I'm probably gonna wash this, just so I'm gonna go ahead and put away the clean ones. And yeah, I would love to try and get into some reading today, but it is already 12:30. I have to go into work at 2, which means I need to leave no later than 1:30. So I really only have an hour to get the rest of what I want to get done. And unfortunately, I haven't made reading a priority, so I can honestly not remember the last time I was able to sit down and read. I wake up every morning. I tried to wake up at 7. It has not worked like that yet. And in reality, I would love to wake up at 5. Maybe 5:45. I would love to wake up earlier, because since I work every day from 2 to 6, I really have limited time. It's not like I'm home all day, every day anymore. And so I try to wake up at a decent time. I really try not to stay in the bed past 10. Really, I don't like to stay in the bed past 9, because for me, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like this, that as soon as the time reaches double digits, it feels like the day is done. It just feels like the day is done. Time goes by like that, especially if I have things to do to maintain my home. And I'm not gonna speed up. I'm not gonna move fast. Like, I don't want to live a life moving fast paced, but I also don't want to live a life where I feel like I can't do the things that I love. And sometimes that means putting myself in an uncomfortable position. And what I mean by that is waking up early and still feeling tired, even though I might be able to function at that early time, is uncomfortable. Like, the feeling of waking up can be uncomfortable, especially if you're feeling groggy, and lately I've been waking up feeling very groggy. However, I need to push myself past that uncomfortability. Or that's not a word. I need to push myself past that discomfort. Another thing that adds to it, I also need to go to bed at a decent hour. I would love to be in the bed by 9:30. When I was in college, I was dang near adamant about always going to bed by 9:30, no matter where I was, who I was hanging out with. Even if I was in my apartment by myself, I was adamant about being ready, being decompressed in under the covers in my sheets by 9:30. And I think that's something that I may need to implement again. And I think it's another thing of getting over that discomfort, because I find it uncomfortable that at 9:30 I would have already been home for maybe 3 hours. Technically not, because it takes me about half an hour to get back home. So just 2.5 hours, and probably 30 minutes of that is undressing, getting in the shower, and dressing again. Like, time just moves so quickly. And so it's uncomfortable to feel like as soon as I eat dinner, like, my day is done. However, if I wake up early the next day, then technically I'm not really losing anything, because I'm adding those hours to the next morning. So it's all a matter of changing my cycle, changing my rhythms, and forming a habit. Yeah. Anyways, I really want to try to be an early morning girly. Don't know how it's gonna go. I'm going to try my best. I'm gonna put it out there that I'm going to wake up at least at 7. Because I just work a part-time job, it's just so easy to be like, I'm just gonna lay here. But then I start to get on myself when I do finally wake up and feel like, oh, there's not much time to do anything, because I can't even, it's like sometimes I wake up and I immediately start doing things, and next thing I know, it's ready to go to work. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling because now it's 12:35. I have less than an hour before I need to get dressed and head out the door. So yeah. Something else that adds to me not really having as much time as I'd like, or not necessarily having as much time, but that speeds up how quickly time passes, is the fact that I have an infant, you know? And so when he wakes up, I need to stop what I'm doing, because he obviously either needs to be changed or fed, and that takes time. I know that in order for me to have my ideal day, I need to make some changes. I can't go about my day doing everything the same, you know? So that means waking up earlier, going to bed sooner, and also being diligent with what I'm doing. Because I feel that there's times where I can be doing something, and then sometimes I end up just sitting there watching YouTube, either in between or before I start doing something. I'm the type of person that if I don't force myself to be organized, I won't be organized. I consider myself a naturally organized person, and that's because that's the only way I can function. I need order, I need structure, and so therefore I need to provide that for myself. So I think the first part of providing that structure and order for myself is being consistent with what time I'm waking up. And like I said, I want to start waking up at 7 every morning. At that point, that's 7 hours that I have. 7 hours. And so within 2 hours, I should be done with whatever chores that I want to do. And after that, it should be just time to myself. And yeah, but like I said, it's about making change, you know? Oh gosh, I need to add water to that jar. I'm like propagating some plants, and this one jar has like not even a centimeter of water in it. But most of the leaves are still green and they're growing new ones, so they're hanging on, but they need water. I just need to be diligent. I also need to be patient with myself and give myself grace, because I am a new mom. I am a new mom of an infant, and I'm also a breastfeeding new mom, a breastfeeding and pumping new mom, and I'm also a breastfeeding, pumping new mom that works a part-time job every day. And that part-time job involves working with other kids. So I really just need to give myself grace and realize that there's no time clock for anything, you know, whatever I need to get done, eventually it's gonna get done. It's more so I want to get it done sooner rather than later in an efficient manner. So the first step is making changes and adhering to them and practicing them so that they become habits. And not just habits, but routines. You know, that's the most important part to me. Not just forming a habit, but forming a routine. Something that is ingrained into my everyday, you know. So, and I want to be more present. I want to be more present for myself, for my son, for my family, for my husband, you know. I just want to be a more present individual all around. And so I need to make some changes. Hold on, let me turn this down. Hello, lovely people. Tiny bugs flying around. Clearly I'm not in my house. I'm at my mother's place. I'm here because there's a little tiny bitty issue with her HVAC, and she's currently not in town. I have to be here until and during the time that the HVAC tech will be here to fix said issue. So currently I'm taking advantage, even though it's the third morning in a row this week that I haven't been able to just before work, I am taking advantage of the fact that I have no responsibilities in this home, at least none that require taking care of right now. So I'm taking advantage of that, and I'm currently reading, I'm still reading, listen y'all, listen. Life has been busy. Your girl has been trying to, oh gosh, these bugs are so annoying. Your girl has been trying to make some moves, and yeah, life has just been, it's been something else, you know? Most of my time is taken up with maintaining said part-time job and being a wife and being a mother of an infant child, and still trying to maintain some sort of sanity and individuality and solidarity outside of all the things going on in my life. So right now I'm trying to tap into that. I can't remember the last time I was able to pick up a book. I could probably look at my Goodreads. By the way, you should follow me on Goodreads. The link is always in the description. I haven't been able to read in some time, so I brought all my books that I'm currently reading or want to read with me. So that includes this, Skin of the Sea, and The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, which I have yet to open because I do want to get farther with this and Skin of the Sea. And particularly this book, because I want to push myself to be a well-rounded reader. Like, it would be so easy for me to just read what's in my niche, and that's probably mostly what I'm going to be reading, which is, you know, your romances, maybe dark romance, maybe a little bit of thriller, but usually my go-to read is something based in romance. Like, if it's a thriller, it's a romance thriller. If it's fantasy, it's romantic fantasy, you know what I mean? So right now, like I said, taking advantage of the lack of responsibility and the onset of solitude, because I'm the only one here. So I'm just enjoying a nice cup of hot chocolate. I got my Christmas lo-fi playing, and I'm just enjoying reading. So time is slowly but surely ticking away. It is already 10:15, and I have not gotten a call from my mom, no knocks on the door, no nothing, and it is what it is, you know? So I'm gonna call my mom and see if she's gotten any notice from him, because I would rather call her and she say, yeah, he said he can't make it, and go home, you know? So that my turnaround for going to work isn't quick and rushed and stressful. I'm so tired. Like, I'm awake and I'm reading, but I'm just so tired mentally and physically. And yeah, I also think my period is coming because I'm feeling crampy, and I honestly would rather be home with my baby right now. I called my mother. No update. No one has contacted her. No one has contacted me. It's weird, you know, because I'm not in an unfamiliar place. I'm not in an uncomfortable place, and still, I'm not at home. I'm not in my own space. And even though I have solitude, which I wouldn't have at home, it just feels weird because it's not necessarily chosen solitude, I guess you could say. But I think I'm gonna take a break from reading because I'm trying to read, but my brain is all over the place, and I'm gonna take a break, try to pump some milk while watching some YouTube, and then who knows, maybe by then someone will be here.
Hopefully y'all can see me. I'm gonna try to look there, but it's so hard. Oh, I look kind of cute with my little twist all over the place. At this point, I'm trying to get better about just picking up the phone and recording when something's on my mind. So as of today is, I was about to say August, oh my goodness. Today is December 28th, 2023, and I have finally finished One Breath. I'll have to look at my Goodreads, but I finished One Breath, I think last week, and then I recently finished Skin of the Sea. I think I finished Skin of the Sea yesterday or the day before. If you're not already following me on Goodreads, follow me on Goodreads. I'll have that link below, but I've been doing well about keeping up with putting what book I'm reading and I'm not too good about updating Goodreads while I'm in the midst of a book, unless something really, really causes me to want to write something down. But I do put when I'm reading something and when I finish it. So, and then lately it might be confusing because on my Goodreads, every now and again, I'll remember a book that I've read in the past and I'll just put it on there just for the sake of like trying to have some sort of like track of all the books that I've read in my life, which I'm not going to remember every single one because there's been a lot of books that I read in middle school and high school from my public library back in Teaneck, New Jersey, and I don't even know if they still have those records of the books that I've checked out. That would be really cool to see, if there was a way to get that, but that's a whole nother adventure. But yeah, so I finished One Breath by Adam Skolnick, I believe it was, and then I also finished Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen, and now I kind of started it last night on Kindle. So for those of you who don't know, I do have a Kindle. However, it's not really my go-to for reading because I really do prefer to read physical books. However, sometimes it comes in handy if it's at night, because not only do I not have a reading light, like a book light yet, I also, like, if it's at night and I'm in the bed and it's not really, or if I'm in a position where it's not easy to turn pages, the Kindle becomes very, what's the word I'm looking for? Convenient. So last night I was going to start the book on my Kindle. However, I don't pay for Kindle Unlimited. Maybe in the future I will, but at this point in time, I'm really only interested in the library and buying physical copies of books. And I don't know. I think it is worth it because you get thousands and thousands of books for only $12 a month. And if I like something, I could always purchase the physical copy of it. But I'm kind of on the fence about it. But for right now, what I do is I use Libby, because with Libby you can attach your Kindle to your library, and whatever library that you have an actual membership at. I looked for the book I was reading on Libby to see if my library had a digital copy, and they did for Skin of the Sea. So I actually finished Skin of the Sea on my phone, because I do have my Kindle, but sometimes I forget I have a Kindle, and it's just usually I have my phone on me, so it's easy to just open up the Kindle app on my phone. But yeah, so I finished it on my phone, and then also I looked to see if they had, because right now I'm working through The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. I forgot who it's by, but I'll have all the books that I've mentioned linked down below. How about both the digital copy and the audiobook? I had to put on hold because they're both being used. And it might sound weird that you're like, wait, they're digital, why do you have to put them on hold? I'm assuming that with the library interface, even though it's digital, they can only technically give that specific file to one person at a time, and it's not just like a never-ending digital file. So it's like, it's almost like as if I went to an actual library and they don't have it. So it is what it is. But it's not like I don't have the physical book. I was just trying to have them in a digital copy as well, so that if I don't have the physical book with me, I can still read whatever book it is I'm working on. Yeah, so I had to put those on hold, but I was able to start reading a sample of the book on Kindle, and it's good so far. It definitely threw me for a loop the way it started. I don't want to give any spoilers yet. But yeah, it threw me for a loop. But, and you know when you have questions while you're reading and you're like, wait, did I miss something, or is it gonna come up? But yeah, but it's interesting so far. I'm pretty sure it's an older book. I gotta see what year it was copywritten, but yeah. So it's been a struggle trying to keep up with reading, and not so I can't really blame that on my life, because there's times when I'm just watching a whole bunch of YouTube or watching a whole bunch of whatever, or I'm just scrolling on my phone, and that's time that I could be reading. And it's not even an excuse about not having the physical book, because both this book and the last book I've had digital copies of. So when I was scrolling on my phone, I could have been reading on my phone. So, but I'm trying to, I think I'm slowly getting better about like incorporating reading as something that I do instead of all the screen time that I have. And it feels nice, like to read and to read through books, and just the action of reading feels really good. And it's something that's really nostalgic and feels really good, because I was the kid that when the iPod Touch came out, yes, other kids were sneaking their iPod Touch into class, but I was sneaking my iPod Touch to do what? Read fan fiction. Like, you know what I mean? And yes, I know I should have been paying attention in class, but it was English class, and I had already finished. Most of the times I was doing that because I had already finished whatever the assignment was. But yeah, like I was that kid sneaking my iPod Touch not to play Temple Run, but to read. And not just fan fiction, but when iBooks became a thing, and just to read. Like I've just always loved to read, and I've really missed having that as a part of my life.